Hello, hello, hello. I am live. Yes, that is right. I am not dead. I am back from the dead. And I'm just waiting for NotaNewbie. He's currently reacting to a video. Um, no. I can explain to a lot of these things when he eventually puts me on the stream. I can explain a lot of these things. It's because the Justin Trudeau. I mean, well, first off, Justin Trudeau's literally a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit crime minister, to be honest. I'm planning to make Welcome to China 4, and Welcome to China 4 is gonna be like ballistic. It's gonna be balls to the wall. Yo, not a newbie. Where can I join? I agree. I agree. I'm watching Not a Newbie right now, and I agree. Pick the. Well, it's because just Trudeau is a retard. That's another thing too. He's not very smart. Women's progress. Yeah, and then when they object to you because you're a fucking piece of shit, when Trudeau, he's a fucking piece of shit. When they criticize him, no, he's not a real ally. Um, yeah, he's not a real ally. By the way, Trudeau is a fake ally. He's as real of an ally to the community as Kenneth Copeland is a good preacher to Christians, to be honest. Trudeau ain't gonna resign. He's narcissistic. Yeah. Okay, so not a newbie. I'm gonna show you. Yeah, and I'm already streaming, so I'm also streaming too. So say hi. To Trudeau is like as real of a feminist as Kenneth Copeland is as real as a preacher. I agree. Like honestly, yeah. Hold on. I'm also gonna be looking at my fantasy teams for hockey. Um, and we are just kicking ass right now. I managed to make some moves to make my team great again. Gossesberry, you got the fuck out of here. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. They weren't really blocked. Meh. That's because. Okay, he's just reacting to a video right now. Sorry for the little clickbait, guys. So what I'm gonna do while we wait for him is I'm gonna download some videos. Um, okay. This thing right here.
Quirks and
Yeah, we're gonna. Uh, I know what we're doing. We're doing the 4K downloader thing because I'm not gonna when I make the purchase for buying new games and stuff. Shut up. I honestly, please do. Like honestly, please do. Winter sale. I'm gonna be buying a lot of these. Fuck off. No, not you.
Like it is. It's a dumb joke. It's bad, stupid. It doesn't work. The guy needs to stop.
Emily.
Yeah, you guys, Justin Trudeau to me is sort of like, I was trying to think of how to explain it. Like, he's like the facsimile of Gavin Newsom, sort of. Like an even lesser effective. And what I mean by that.
Gavin Newsom? Okay.
You know, he's not his father, first of all. So he assumed the position, though, likely on the heels of his father's legacy there. And then he puts himself out there as being this totally radically progressive and for the people prime minister when
He's not for the people. He's for himself. He's a fucking narcissist.
continues subjugating indigenous peoples there in Canada, even though he claims to pretend to be on everyone's side that he virtue signals for, but his policies are the exact opposite. So no wonder everyone in Canada feels deep disdain for him and also deep frustration at the fact that this guy is still calling the shots. Of course they want President Trump to prefer and respect him more because it's the policies that speak for themselves. So he can go ahead and try to shame
Okay.
us and try to call us names, but
Why is the... I'm gonna have to redo this.
power there is
I think it's because you need the fucking...
you pull back the cloak of what indeed he has accomplished in Canada, it is nothing.
Quirks and feature.
Canadians any form of progression whatsoever. I hold no respect for that.
Yeah, you know,
I mean, it's regression, right?
Yeah, because...
Basically what Justin
This is the
during those lockdowns during COVID, we were still learning, you know, how dangerous that was going to be and how
4K downloader failed to download.
back and you were locked in.
Right. But we knew, like, I think like a month or 2 months into it, that the people had, like, the general population had, like, somewhere between 95 and 99% survival rate. Right? This thing had a mortality rate of 5%. And people were still acting like it was the end of the world.
Okay.
It was still acting like,
Fuck
you're
you.
threatening lives if you go outside. For something with a 1% mortality rate. Absolutely bonkers. So you can't give any kudos to the Canadian government by saying, oh, well, we didn't know how deadly it was going to be. We were still figuring this thing out.
Fuck!
Figured out that it's not
Why can't I download this fucking thing?
figured out that, you know, you would probably need to, like, roll a dice hundreds of times before you would get the same shot of getting a particular result of hold on, that's a bad analogy, but you know what I mean. It's you know, you probably had a better shot of winning the lottery or winning a gambling game at a casino than contracting COVID. No, or than getting sick of COVID and dying. It's just bizarre. Don't give credit to Canada for that.
Everybody in the household got COVID. Like, we learned so much, right? But I wondered politically if that also didn't work for him because his citizens, I'm certain, would like to have been someplace else.
Yeah.
And so he basically locked them in.
Hey, look, he's a socialist, and I think when he started to lose the country was really over the truckers who were staying in their cab saying, if I don't get out of my cab, if I'm just driving across the border and they unload everything from the back of you know, I drop my trailer.
You know what? I might have to use a different downloader.
First do all that. Can I not have to be vaccinated? And he said no. That's what dictators and tyrants do. They don't look at logic.
By the way, these same vaccines, like, people were mad at saying, like, oh, you're anti-vax, whatever, for not wanting to take the vaccines. Well, you know what? Some vaccines got rolled back and pulled. The FDA, I think, said, oh no, you can't take this certain vaccine anymore. I think that there's some sort of issue here. There were links of multiple vaccines, I believe, to heart conditions. We saw certain anecdotal cases of completely healthy people, right? All of a sudden, having all these lengthy, multi-foot-long blood clots all in their bloodstreams. Oh, what was that about? Oh, well, that was actually proven, I believe, in a study, demonstrated in a study to be true. So, a lot of these people who were skeptical were proven to be right. Now, not all of them, right? Like, I think what was it, the ivermectin thing, there was a study that recently came out that sort of debunked that. I still think that in some
Okay.
rare situations that did help some people, but what happened was people used an alternate way to treat
This is the new Aston Martin Valkyrie Spider, and wow, it has a V12. It has over 1,100 horsepower. It costs more than $4
Let's see.
million, but also, just look at it. This is one of the craziest, most insane, most radical hype.
Okay, and then let's go with this, and we'll get another one. I know what to download. I'll just put down, what was it? Smoke alarm.
You have major problems there with taxing people that make money, and you've got problems now with oil and gas issues with him. I think he's going off.
That's the whole economy. Well, Emily mentioned Gavin Newsom. Maybe he'll go to California. It's a sanctuary state. He likes being locked down.
And it's not just the Minister of Finance that has resigned, it's also the Deputy Prime Minister as well. Look, Trudeau started with something like a 63% approval rating.
I will say that Trudeau probably could go to Canada, and I wouldn't be shocked if he won the. I wouldn't be shocked if he won the race for Canadian governor. And actually, the Democrats might want him, right? Because Gavin Newsom is very likely going to run for president in 2028. I actually believe that he should because he has a shot. Not that I want to
Okay.
be president of the United States, but I think that it's a wise political move for the Democratic Party to pick him. He's a good speaker, smooth speaker. He'll fool a lot of people, in my opinion. But another thing too, that a lot of people don't factor in is that Democrats love rules that the people hate, right? So Democrats probably love Justin Trudeau, right? Well, the people hate him. It's kind of very similar to how Democrats are rallying around Jacinda Ardern, despite
Calls being jobs. We got workers wondering, will my job be on the table?
and fascist, an authoritarian approach to handling COVID-19. She was leagues worse than Justin Trudeau. We don't even want to get into all that right now. So if Democrats can rally around Jacinda Ardern, they can rally around Justin Trudeau. I know they're joking and being a little facetious, maybe being slightly bad faith there, but I actually think that's not a bad idea for them to be like, hey, maybe Trudeau should actually go to California because he does have a future in American politics.
It wasn't a point of order. I also have a
Below 30%.
Okay, is he gonna is he gonna be ready?
But I just want to point out, it's not just COVID and the rise of tyranny that is causing and creating
Okay.
this populism across the world and here in the United States as well. It's also mass immigration and the loss of sovereignty and nations wanting to put their country first, America first here in the United States. And what Donald Trump understands
Okay.
is a lot of
I'm just gonna wait for him to fucking
support democracy through nation building and things like that.
show up.
And projecting these false values that we claim to have.
Sorry guys, he's just reacted to
Biden's trying to jail
something. I'm just gonna react to myself. David Studio, you're finally back. Yes, I am. I was with school and doing work. I'm just wow. Not a newbie. We're gonna react to him. Yo, Bud.
So we have to protect Israel, right?
Yo, Bud.
Israel is
you're
our
you're
biggest
being
ally
streamed.
because they are a democracy in the Middle East.
Streamed.
That's the logic there, I think. And then we've got Ukraine.
I am
Ukraine
ready
is better than Russia. Zelensky
for
is
you.
better
Make
than
sure you
Putin,
guys go
so we've gotta
subscribe.
defend Ukraine.
We're
When
gonna
the
have
only
a
thing that
whole
Ukraine's doing
debate.
for us is, like Tim Scott said, depleting, using the blood of Ukrainian. I
I'm
think they're
cord
using
Ukrainian.
their own blood, the blood of the Ukrainian soldiers, to deplete the Russian military. Which,
What the fuck, are they vampires?
Kind of gross, but the idea that Bush was unique in world what's it called, democracy, or nation building or whatever.
We won.
In a way that Biden is not, is a little bit ridiculous. I will say that Biden has sort of backtracked on that a little bit, right?
Okay,
Like he
let's
did
go
the
and
disastrous
just
pull out of
roster.
Afghanistan, but still, he still does that. And the angry Canadian says, "Yo, Biden, we're being streamed, dude. I'm almost finished.
No, you're
I'm
not.
almost finished. I have 30 seconds left in this video.
No, you don't.
I'm trying to make sure that I do a full reaction to this video before we hop onto you, but we will be with you in mere moments.
Yeah.
in the way you
Oh, Emily.
Oh
yeah,
my
you
goodness.
guys
Oops,
just
did not mean to do
previously
that.
wanted to export democracy through nation building and things like that, and projecting these false values that we claim to have as America, but we don't have them when Joe Biden's trying to jail a political opponent or kick Donald Trump off the ballot. But what Donald Trump understands is the way you spread democracy and the way you spread populism is fixing your own country first, right?
Right.
If you haven't cut your grass in over a month and your shutters are falling off, you can't tell your neighbor to get their house in order, right? You've got to clean up yours first.
Right,
And
that's
so
true.
I think with Donald Trump and fixing our nation over the next 4 years, we'll see an increase in populism and democracy and freedom throughout the rest of the world as well.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagna.
Interesting. Very fascinating video. I would like to talk to someone who's actually from Canada.
Yeah.
To
Okay.
kind of get
a
Okay,
deeper
where are you
understanding of what's
at?
happening. But very interesting segment from Fox News. It'll be interesting to see if Justin Trudeau actually ends up resigning.
He won't. Spoiler alert.
Oh, hold on. Wait a second. What's this? I should file a copyright strike on this dude. Wait, hold on. What's happening here?
Tell
What?
your neighbor to get their house in order.
This dude
Wait,
is
what?
stealing my content.
Wait, what? No, wait, copyright strike. God damn it! God damn it! God
Alright.
damn it!
So that's the angry Canadian.
We're just
I'm
streaming
going
you.
to bring him on to the stream. We're
Yeah.
going to be talking about Canadian politics. He
Yeah.
is
Okay, so he's gonna bring me on, and yeah.
a Canadian streamer, Canadian
Alright, hold on, let me get
broadcaster,
this
makes
working
content,
here.
YTPs on
Pull this up.
YouTube. He
I don't know if
is,
you have a camera or not.
Yep.
Um,
Oh, hello.
He's, I think on the right, probably to the
Hello?
right of me actually, and has.
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh,
Yep.
nice, nice.
Yeah.
Hey, do you have a camera or something?
I don't really show my face on YouTube, by the way, because you know all the
Okay.
YTPs and stuff they can make. They can make me say a bunch of egregious bullshit. I'm gonna test.
True.
I do have like a mask I brought that looks like Fresh Cut Slims, so I can maybe get that ready at some point.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
Yeah.
It sounds like it'd be more trouble than it's worth. So
I mean,
we
yeah.
can just do the faceless version or whatever.
yeah.
But
I was reacting to the videos too, and I was like, spoiler alert: Trudeau ain't gonna resign. He has narcissistic personality disorder.
yes, I wanted to ask you about that. Okay, so we know that Justin Trudeau is extremely unpopular. At least I understand that. I don't understand Canadian politics as well as you do.
You're
But I just
correct.
get the impression. Yes, I get the impression that he's extremely unpopular, and there are calls for Trudeau to resign.
Yep.
Now, I also understand that Canada has regularly scheduled elections, so he's going to be up for election anyways. What does Trudeau gain by deciding to resign if he decides to do so? Like, is there any sort of way that people can pressure Trudeau to resign other than shouting at him on the street? Because if you're an elected official, but there's no way for people to actually resist you, then how are you gonna get people to
Yeah.
how are you gonna get someone like that to step down?
You really can't unless you get him really drunk and then just like make him sign a document while he's drunk. Like have him have like shots of tequila or beer. Because Trudeau, he's not a feminist. Because he's fired every female that's said stuff against him, even Christina Freeland, who recently
Well, that's
resigned.
not a sexist thing. That's probably just a fascism thing.
He even elbowed one of them in the face by accident or on
Well,
purpose.
that's an accident. But,
He's also
that's
groped
probably
a
more of a
reporter.
fascism thing than a sexism thing.
He's
I wouldn't.
He's also groped a reporter who is a female.
Okay,
This-
that's sexist.
There was,
Unless-
and
unless
there
he
is
groped
an
men,
article.
Actually, if he gropes men, it's fine. It's
No,
not
it was a
sexist.
woman. It was a female
Oh, okay.
reporter. There is an article about it. This was in the mid 2000s.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
So you don't think that he's gonna?
He's
resign?
he's way too narcissistic. His head, as I said this in a diss on him, his head is so full of shit that that's the reason why his wife left him. It's no wonder why his wife left him.
Or it could be the groping.
Or it could be the fact that he's married to Xi Jinping, the dictator of China.
I guess I have heard rumors that he's bisexual, but I wouldn't get into all that.
Yeah. We all know Trudeau's a piece of shit anyway, so even if he does come out and use that as a ploy to help gain votes, it wouldn't really work because we all hate him anyways, even if he came out.
Interesting. Now,
Not even Trump takes him seriously.
yeah, that also is true.
Yeah.
But I did have a question because I heard that there was some sort of thing going on in the Canadian House of Congress Representatives or whatever your equivalent is of that over there, where people are having trouble passing something and people were blaming that on Trudeau's inability to lead as a party.
It's
or
non-confidence.
inability to perform as a party leader. Can you kind of dive into what that was? Because I never went into all of that in depth on my own.
Yeah, so what happens is that he's being voted non-confidence, so all the because he's a minority party, so if all the parties are voting non-confidence, he basically, there's a majority that are saying he shouldn't be leading, and then they'll call a re-election because all the parties are going against him now. Like the Bloc are going against him, who are Quebec nationalist. The NDP are finally, because the leader of the NDP finally grew a pair. And This is gonna be highlighted in Welcome to China to 4 All in the Family. And there's going to be a long orgy scene between Trudeau, Singh, Blanchette, and Canada Post CEO and CEO of Global, CTV, and stuff in the House of Commons. Because Trudeau's joke...
If that's the case, I might not react to that. That sounds a little edgy.
Yeah. Well,
That's a plug for your channel. If you want to see that, go watch.
Yeah,
go
Trudeau's
watch
gonna pull out his
videos.
phone in the YTP, and he's gonna say, "Mr. Speaker," has a devious smile, pulls out his phone. "I need to record for my OnlyFans," and that's when you. Hey, I guess he's gotta make money elsewhere because he can't get a job elsewhere. Because, I mean, he can't teach because allegedly he dated a high school kid.
Well, like I said,
and then his daddy paid hush money.
But he could do that in a blue state. But I would say that, like, he probably could be governor of California. I think that
Trump isn't going to annex Canada. I think Trump is half joking, half serious. That's the thing with Trump is
he's not serious at all. I don't think he's serious at all, dude.
He's
more
making
serious about buying Greenland than
I could tell he was joking because first off, you know how much money it costs to annex Alaska.
Yeah, but it's such a bad joke. Why make it? It's so dumb. It's so
I mean,
stupid.
please do, Trump.
Says these things. I'm like, what are you doing?
I wouldn't be against the idea of Trump annexing Canada, or at least part of it.
Of course you would. You're a right winger. But I just don't think it's smart. I don't think it makes sense. It's a waste of our time. It's a distraction. We have issues here at home that we need to fix, and we're trying to take over another country.
Well, maybe if he annexes Alberta and stuff like that, because he invited Danielle Smith to the inauguration. He invited the Alberta premier to the inauguration, but didn't invite Trudeau.
But I'll also say this. You guys in Canada, you're gonna fix whatever you've got going on. I think, unless if some China infiltrator goes and breaks your knees or whatever.
Or Toronto and Montreal still suck Trudeau's dick. All 3 inches of it.
Well, thanks for telling me that and visualizing it. I appreciate that.
Sure, trust me, it's the same as Hitler's penis size.
Dude,
there's an article that suggested that Hitler had a micro dick.
Dude, I don't want to think about these things. You must think I'm gay, but I promise I'm not.
He's only gay for Jesus.
In my brain. I don't want to be drinking these things in my brain. But yeah. So with this no confidence vote, kind of trying to put this back on track here.
Yeah.
What is the likelihood? Do you think that this no confidence vote is something that is put into place within the next week or two?
It's not, because Parliament has shut down for the holidays. They went on Christmas break.
There's Boxing Day, which ends by the time this segment goes out is on video. It'd probably be Boxing Day within a day or two.
It's gonna be till January. It's like they're going on long vacation. Canada government is as efficient as a snail doing construction work.
Oh, so Boxing Day is multiple days.
Yeah, but they're not. They're still on holiday. They're on extended holiday.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and people are just not. Honestly, I'm just I'm fed up with the Trudeau dictatorship, as you can see.
Very
because,
clearly.
honestly,
you've been fed up for years.
Yeah, and he's made the country go to shit and go to hell because. I've literally been making jokes about him in the Welcome to China parody because, I mean, he deserves it a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Because
and kind of from that perspective, because you're Canadian, I'm not.
Yeah.
How has the Trudeau regime affected you specifically?
Well, it's hard to get jobs because a lot of jobs in the job market would rather hire immigrants than hire good old Canadians for the jobs because the temporary foreign workers program is way too generous. And I've actually written an email to my MP about it too. I've even said to him explicitly that as a person in the STEM field, like the science, technology, medicine, I actually feel I might leave Canada for better work elsewhere if the jobs don't get better. And I'm asking if the Conservatives, Pierre, and you said Pierre Poilievre's name wrong. It's Poilievre, not whatever you said. It's French. Yeah, it's French. So, but I asked him if the Conservatives are elected, would this
would they make it so that the temporary foreign worker program restricts non-essential or non-niche jobs, is what I should say, from hiring foreign workers, but allowing the niche jobs to have that, as well as cutting to certain areas so that it's not seen as very beneficial to or incentive to hire foreign workers so that businesses don't exploit it. And I said explicitly to him too that the jobs, that there's hundreds of applications on Indeed for one of these non-niche jobs, and yet they're not hiring. Perhaps they're using it to fabricate evidence or fabricate information to the boards so that they can get a foreign worker in and falsely claim they can't find workers when they've never even interviewed any of them.
Wait, so how would a fake listing help them do that?
Because they
I'm a little bit confused about that.
Because the way the system works is when you ask or when they tell you to look for Canadians first, they'll post a job and they just choose not to hire people. And they just...
But isn't that their fault?
That, or they're maybe doing something illegal, which would... Technically, this is illegal because they loopholed the system, but exploited it to a point where they actually shouldn't have. And I'm calling for the government to fix that loophole so that, like, it's harder for them to actually hire foreign workers because it takes away Canadian jobs. Yeah.
Yeah, and one thing that was very interesting too, you sent me a video that I reacted to on this stream a while ago about how there's overcrowding in a lot of the places where these immigrants are living too.
Yeah.
So, and this is one thing I don't like about the way that these Democrats or left-wingers want to import these left-wing voters.
Yeah.
To keep themselves in power and also provide themselves with a social underclass to work at like low wages or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that a lot of times the living conditions that they're in are not particularly great because in some cases they have to either kind of like what's going on in Canada, live in overcrowded areas, or that they settle for subpar living conditions or even wage conditions because of their status.
Yeah.
Both of those are bad things. And I think it's just like, you know, they're like, oh, come over here and live in squalor. Like, I don't like that at all.
You know,
I wish that if they invited people, they would invite people to, you know, actually become real citizens so that then they can fully participate. I think the thing that they don't like about that, though, is that it takes a longer time to do, so then they get less people, and then they've imported less voters, and that it's a whole thing.
Yeah, and that's what one of the things too is that literally I would say that if you're an illegal, if you're an illegal immigrant, the only punishment for an illegal immigrant is they're blacklisted from the country, so they can never come into the country ever, and they're forcibly pardon me? No, that's how it should be. If they come in illegally, they should be faced with forced deportation against their will, regardless. They're supposed to go back to the country. If not, I'll even authorize going as far as drugging them so they can be sedated to go on a mandatory flight back.
What? Yeah,
Hey,
no,
there's some
no,
people.
That's insane, dude. No,
there's some people who will not comply and are so steadfast on staying.
Tase them, knock them out, subdue them. But you want to roofie illegals? That's insane.
And to top it off, they're blacklisted from the country. Yeah, no, you know what? Yeah. No, you want to know the best way to roofie them is?
What?
Gravel.
What?
There's a medicine that's used, like, you know when you have stomach problems?
What are you talking about?
You know, okay, there's a drug.
Gravel?
No, not the gravel, like, from the road. There's a medicine that, you know when you have, like, an upset stomach and you're throwing up, and there's a medicine called Gravol?
Oh.
That's the medicine.
Well, you should have said it correctly if that's what you meant.
I'm talking about I'm talking about the Gravol, because Gravol is, you can easily buy it from any store, and then you just give them a pill or two of it, and they're like woozy and doze off, because one of the side effects of Gravol is you're sleepy. You're sleepy.
No, I don't support that. I think one issue with it too is that something like that you gotta hold.
That's
somebody
like a
down,
last
like, force
resort.
feed it to 'em.
That's a last resort case.
Just tase them, whatever.
Yeah.
You don't have to look. You don't have to roofie someone to put them in jail. So why should you have to roofie someone to throw them across the border? You don't.
Yeah.
I think that's a little overboard.
Actually, maybe not. Maybe what we should do is drop them to the other side of the border, but on the other side of their country, so they have to run all the
Alaska?
way. Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, I'm American.
No,
Also,
we'll drop them off in
immigrants are coming
Texas.
From Alaska into Canada.
No, we'll drop them off in New York. How's that? Drop them off or California. We'll just.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait a second. These immigrants are coming from like India, right? They're not like crossing the border.
Then we'll deport them into India, in the middle of nowhere in India.
Yes.
We'll drop them in the middle of the Himalayas in India.
Yes. And by the way, there's some people when it comes to proposals like that, they'll be like, "Oh, what if the country doesn't take them back?"
If they don't take them back, we'll make them
Don't
take
give
them
them
back.
that option. Don't give them that option.
Yeah, you
Pick
do.
an airspace, pick a runway. Be like, we will be here to drop off your former citizens. Fly the plane there. Land it. Open the door.
Kick them all out.
That's just what you do. Yeah, kick them off.
And then just take off as fast as you can. Shut the doors and take off as fast as you can.
Put in the military so that they can't be stopped. You can't be sending people into the country.
That's an invasion.
Especially if you as a government, you're like, we don't want these people here. It's one thing if they're invited, right?
Yeah.
But if the country keeps on sending people back to your country, even after you've been like, we're not accepting people anymore,
have you
the right
seen?
to send them back,
have you seen what
right?
Poland is doing when people are trying to get through their walls?
No, I have not.
They're spraying them with like jets of water.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man, just like they're black Americans.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a bit dark. Hey, you want to hear a dark joke? Sure,
I just said one. So.
Why did Hitler hire the Palestinian protesters?
Because they hate Jews too.
But they'll also incite violence to Jews as well.
Oh, that was close.
Do you want to hear? You want to hear even darker one?
What?
Who are the fastest readers?
I don't know.
9/11 victims. 89 stories in 10 seconds.
Okay, is this all you had to say?
No. But fun. Steve Buscemi actually. Steve Buscemi. No. This is a natural fact. Steve Buscemi literally came out of firefighting retirement to actually volunteer to help for the, and he didn't do it out of publicity. Steve Buscemi actually went back to.
I didn't ask you on the stream to talk about Steve Buscemi, okay?
No, but he was a firefighter and he was helping the 9/11 thing. He was helping find victims.
What does that have to do with Canada?
Well, Canada needs.
What did you want to talk about Canadian politics?
Can Trump annex Alberta? Because I know he's inviting the premier of Alberta to his inauguration.
I don't want him to annex Alberta.
Alberta
Do we
has.
want another blue state? Oh,
no, Alberta is the.
Iqbal said your breath stinks. Actually, I agree. That's because I was just at the movie theater. I got ice cream, and sugar in your breath makes your breath.
Fun
sugar in
fact.
your mouth after a while, after a few hours, makes your breath
Fun
stink.
fact.
I was actually thinking about consuming some of this, but I was like, you know what? No one's in this room with me smelling my stinky breath. Also, I'm live streaming, right? Chewing gum, is that really going to make my breath smell better? Yeah, but I will say, Azam Iqbal, your breath probably stinks worse.
He probably doesn't put on deodorant
like that,
too.
They are wanting to distract from their own circumstances. They want to feel better about themselves.
He probably doesn't put on deodorant.
If someone's trying to put you down, they probably feel bad about themselves. So similarly here, it is on Iqbal. I'm live. I don't have the luxury of being able to do this, but you do. So I would encourage you to go brush your teeth.
And put on
you're
deodorant.
Just here in a YouTube chat, right? And I'm here on a live stream. I don't have the luxury of being able to brush my teeth, but you do. So
yeah,
do yourself a favor.
And also, I was also telling him go put on deodorant too. It's cheaper than beer.
Oh, you're right. It is.
You could literally go to a dollar store and buy like a deodorant, a stick of deodorant for like $2. You could like literally, if you can afford booze, there's no excuse why you can't put on deodorant. Like, literally, we should make deodorant mandatory.
True.
Or in
but getting back to the topic at hand, because I do want to reel this conversation back in.
Yeah.
One thing about the whole Canada situation as well is, so you're saying that you know people in the Parliament are calling for a vote of no confidence, right?
Yep.
Which would oust Justin Trudeau, kicking into high gear an election before its scheduled time.
Yeah.
Is this sort of thing unprecedented? Like, how long would Canadians ordinarily have to wait in order to get another election? It's 2024 right now.
It would be at the end. It would be like in October.
6 years?
It would be in
October of next year?
It would have been in October in 2025. If they had one now, it would be basically early 2025.
Okay. So what would be, like, you know what? Actually, I understand. Because, you know, if Justin Trudeau is sort of like destroying your country, then I think it would make sense to be like, you know what, we want to get this clown out now rather than waiting several more months and allowing him to do further damage. So
It's because Jagmeet Pussy
is this
finally.
sort of thing unprecedented? Like, is this thing usually not happen in the history of Canadian politics?
Lots of things haven't happened. First off, Jagmeet Singh was the reason why the leader of the NDP was the reason why the Liberals were on for so long, because he wanted his goddamn pension, which was like $2 million a year for like his years of time.
Interesting. So it's more like the catalysts to this are unprecedented than having a vote of no confidence.
And now he has it. And now he has the pension, so he's voting non-confidence because he's guaranteed his pension or almost like that, unless Pierre decides otherwise.
That's ridiculous. See, look, I just want to see people vote based on their principles, not their alignments or what they're gonna get. But you know, hey, you know what? Honestly, you know that's gonna lead to better change in Canadian politics. So you know, is that like the worst thing in the world that it's shifting in this direction?
It's because Jagmeet finally got his pension, so that's why he decided, you know what, I'm done. Even though he's criticized the Liberals so many times and still decided to prop him up. And I was even joking about him sucking Trudeau's dick a lot of the time too, and that's why he's still in power. And I guess the dick went sour, and so he's finally saying no.
Well, you know, we all can't be as gay as you.
I'm not. I'm not. Trudeau's the gay one.
You're the one who keeps talking about these acts.
I mean, here's the thing.
Straight people don't bring up stuff like that often. I'm just saying.
Trust me, I know Canadian politics. It's like seriously, I have enough evidence that I could sue the Canadian government for tax embezzlement. Like they've embezzled Canadian taxes. You know
well, I bet you're not the only one. I hear a lot of stuff about Canadian corruption.
Like, you know, Tom Clark, the guy, Trudeau bought a home for him in New York on Billionaires Row with taxpayer funds.
Oh yes, I have a video about that. That's crazy.
I'm like, why don't we sue the government for that? Like, that is textbook embezzlement. In fact, let's even search up tell me that this isn't the textbook definition of embezzlement. Embezzlement.
It's ridiculous.
It is.
Not that he didn't need a home. It sounded like from the description of the like in the article, he needed a home, like a residence in the United States to
theft or misappropriation.
Americans, but it doesn't need to be a penthouse.
Yeah.
You know,
theft or misappropriation of funds placed in one's trust or belonging to one's employer. Does that not sound like that Trudeau embezzled taxpayer money for his friend?
It does.
Like, that's why we should make a diss track on him and say it's called Crooked Embezzler. That's what the song's called, Crooked Embezzler.
I'm sorry, but like your line of reasoning of being like, oh, all of this corruption is so awful, it's so bad.
Well,
we gotta doing all these terrible things. He's embezzling, and that's why we need to make a diss track.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, the thing is let's continue to let's bring it to public awareness. Let's spread propaganda on every Toronto billboard and Montreal billboard portraying Trudeau as the enemy of Canada, and let's see if they still vote Liberal and still are willing to suck him off.
Is it propaganda if it's true?
What about if we brought up that he's a pedophile? Trudeau is a pedophile.
I don't know if that's accurate.
It's alleged that he dated a high school kid while he was a teacher, and that's why he got fired. And he paid the family hush money, like about $2.5 million, or his dad did.
That's alleged.
Yeah.
I don't like believing all alleged allegations.
Or what about the fact? Or how about we have him portray Trudeau as the enemy of Canada and anti-democracy? About how he.
I mean, yeah, do that.
How about?
But I think here's the thing though. You don't need to do any of that. You don't need to do any of that because enough people in Canada clearly feel the way you do. It's not just Justin Trudeau's low approval rating. It's the fact that they actually voted with their votes. They voted enough representatives into your parliament that they are now calling for a vote of no confidence against Justin Trudeau.
Fun fact, Justin Trudeau's birthday is on Christmas Day as well.
Oh boy, what a gift he is to Canada.
Or maybe he's the Antichrist. He's the opposite of Christ.
No, that's Mr. Beast.
No,
right.
no, that's Klaus Schwab. That's the World Economic Forum. That's the terrorist organization, the World Economic Forum.
Yes, I think you've brought this up before.
Yeah, and...
But anyways, Angry Canadian, I do have to run. I have other stories I need to get to. But is there any last statement or point you want to make about Canadian politics that Americans should know before we move on to our next stories?
If Pierre is elected, and he will be, because I know that a lot of people will vote for him, I think it'll be very good for both Canada and America, because Pierre seems to know what he's doing, and I think he and Trump will get along just fine, and they will probably reason with each other better.
Yeah, I completely agree. Dude, as soon as I saw him eating an apple, he won me over. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Angry Canadian. Check out his YouTube channel. You'll find it if you search the Angry Canadian with no spaces.
Not
like
always.
America before the Space Force. Also, he's got a YTP coming out called Welcome to China 4, where he will be
all in the
more
family.
in depth into both the political and the sexual acts of various members of Canadian
Yeah,
Parliament.
it's gonna be amazing. I might have to upload it on Pornhub.
Get out. Go.
I'm just kidding.
Bye. See you later. This is too far.
I might have to. Oh boy. Anyways, guys, I will see you in the next stream. See you tomorrow.